talk about predestination? Well, it was predestined that I was going to talk about this. Isn't that the idea behind predestination? Everything happens. Predestination, don't confuse that. What do you think about this statement, GP? Oftentimes when you hear something like in non-dual teaching, there is no self, there is no chooser, there's no free will, those kinds of things, which I myself have said, it can become confused. Then immediately mind goes, well, does that mean it's all predestined? There's no freedom? The thing is that the non-dual perspective is non-dual. It is none of those, right? For something to be predestined, it means somebody had to be there thinking it up and then putting a bunch of things in place to make sure it happened, right? Well, can anybody find that one? Well, we imagine it. It's a god of some sort who's kind of set the whole thing up, just like a giant movie that he feels like watching, which would really be kind of a bore because there wouldn't be much of a surprise. I know what the ending is, right? It's all predestined. Predestination, the whole idea of free will versus predestination, is a mind game. It's like how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. Neither one of those is true. Neither one of those is genuine. Neither one of those answers the deep question of life, which is where did this all come from? How is it happening? We see it in terms of time and space, and therefore we think of this as a flow of events that took place at that started at a given moment, is going to go and hit the eschaton, right, and then it'll be over. The end of time, the end of the flow of events. That is not non-dual teaching. Non-dual teaching is timeless. Look at the world as timeless. That is, it is not a flow of events like a river passing in front of your eyes. It is a constantly produced image in the mind of God. Or you could say awareness, aware of itself, is creation, which did not happen in time, is happening now. This moment is being spontaneously generated. It's like when you watch a movie, you're watching it on a computer screen or you're watching it on a big screen. What you're seeing are a series of images appearing in front of the lens. So the image is being constantly projected. And then in our minds, we put in the story, we put the circumstances, the protagonist, the antagonist, the love story, the climax, the denouement, the whole deal. All of that's taking place in the mind, seeing it as if it was in time. Take time out of the picture, which you have to if you're looking at it from the non-dual perspective. Is anything predestined? No. Is there free will and choosing? No. The guy playing jazz, the great improviser playing jazz, isn't predestined to play a particular set of notes. If that was the case, it wouldn't be improvisation. Neither is he choosing them. Or she. Shouldn't leave that out. So many great jazz players, musicians now are women. It's wonderful to see. Anyway, are they choosing it? Are they choosing that note? Well, that means it's going to be this note or this. That's not improvisation. This moment happening spontaneously, without a past and without a future. We then the spontaneous thing happens. I look at it. It's similar to what happened over there, and I create in my mind the illusion of time, of some object that started here and is now continuing and transforming. There's no object. There's no time. This moment is happening spontaneously, coming out of the infinite intelligence of God. So it's not random. It's not arbitrary. It is infinitely intelligent and creative. It just does not have a past and it doesn't have a future. It is this moment by itself. Now in that, where's predestination? Poof, gone. Where's Where's free will? Gone. Does that mean that we don't have any free will, right? The mind keeps hopping back and forth. Well, if I don't have free will, I must be predestined. Not predestined, I must have free will. It's neither of those. It is a spontaneous arising out of the infinite creative intelligence that you are. Anybody here has ever had the experience, I'm pretty sure everybody has the experience of all of a sudden just having the intuitive hit. Well, where did that come from? Was it predestined? Boom, it arose. And we recognized it for what it was. And it cut through the patterns that we get used to, right? Because this moment is like a previous moment with it's a continuation of this. No, it's not. No more than the image on the screen is just a continuation of the previous image. The only reason an image appears on the screen is because that's what's in front of the projector in that moment, or that's what's being lit up on your computer screen in that moment. That's the only reason it's there. It has no past and it has no future. Into the light, out of light, gone. This is the nature of consciousness and creation. This is the nature of manifestation. So what is it all made of? That's the more interesting question. If we're talking about something spontaneously appearing, what is it made of? What am I actually experiencing? What is a thought? What is an image? If I ask you about your dream at night, and I ask, what was your dream made of? It wasn't flesh and blood. There weren't people there. There weren't objects and things. What was that dream made of? As real as it felt. It was made of dream stuff. It was made of mind. So what is this experience? What are the thoughts? This spontaneous moment, what is it made of? It's made of consciousness. Consciousness arising. It's not sitting on the side somewhere, a predestined plan waiting to be implemented by some super being. It's not sitting over there somewhere, right? Nobody's ever seen this repository, the green room for thoughts, which means that the thought has appeared spontaneously in this moment. So what's it made of? Some other substance out there? Or is it made of the substance of the viewing, of the knowing of it?